I have a second channel where I just talk about stuff like out of context off stream that don't make it into videos. And I did one talking about why I stopped playing Marvel Snap. Now, let me explain to you why I stopped playing Marvel Snap without even watching this video, okay? I stopped playing Marvel Snap because I felt like the current way they have of getting new cards was way too slow. And it felt like if I took a single day off, I would be so far behind the rest of the people of playing new cards that I wanted to play. I just wasn't having as much fun with the game because I wasn't getting like new cards fast enough. The overall structure and the progression of a player in Marvel Snap is really, really whatever. It punishes you for stopping playing the game. It punishes you because if you don't play the game, Marvel Snap does not have a way for you to basically catch up to people who have been playing the game. The most common comment I got into this video is people were like, oh, you want this to be pay to win. So you can pay to win to get cards. My real take from this video and what I was basically going for was saying like, I don't know why Marvel Snap doesn't have a way for you to buy new cards with money. If I want to get cards in Hearthstone, I'm opening Hearthstone. Watch. This is how you get cards in Hearthstone. Ready? So there's two methods for you, right? You buy a bundle, you buy some packs. Again, I'm not saying that there shouldn't be a good way for free-to-play players not to get cards. I don't think that's the case at all. But like, if I don't have time, let's say I'm super busy for a week and there's a brand new card I want to play, but I don't have the collector's tokens for it, I just can't play the game. I can't have fun. I wanted to play high evolutionary and I literally couldn't because I don't have the credits. So in Hearthstone, if I want a card, I could buy a bundle, I could buy some packs, right? And if I really wanted a specific card, then I go craft it, right? Like if I didn't have this card, I can craft the card, right? In Marvel Snap, there is no way for you to craft a card. There's no way for you to literally pick the card you want from caches. Not only am I getting punished for taking a break from the game, but even if I come back, it's not even guaranteed I get the card that I want, which is absolutely the stupidest thing in a game that you can do because you're punishing your players for not playing the game every single day. It is incredible how stupid that mindset is to have in your game. It's ridiculous. Some of these comments are literally like, this guy is stupid. He didn't even play the game. I want to make this very clear, by the way, in case you're curious, chat, in case you guys shut up, Twitter. Okay. Look at very clear, your chat. Look at very clear. I hit infinite in Marvel Snap. I hit infinite in Marvel Snap. Okay. That's like the legend of Marvel Snap. So it wasn't like I was losing games and I wanted to buy new cards to make sure that I win more games. No. I just wanted to play with more cards. And at the cadence that Marvel Snap releases content, it is almost impossible to keep up with the new cards because you won't get those new cards until they're like a couple months down the road. And by the time you actually get them, there's new cards that you want in the shop. I will give Marvel Snap a ton of credit here, a ton of credit, that the psychological aspect that they put on their players is insane. This game is very addicting for a very specific way, right? The gameplay is great, but the FOMO effect that they have on their players is ridiculous. It's incredible how good it is on their players. And it's so good that people will legitimately defend how Marvel Snap is releasing cards, which is absolutely ridiculous. Now, I'm not saying that Marvel Snap is the worst card game ever in terms of how you get content, because that's not true at all. People are acting like Hearthstone is worse than Marvel Snap. Like, I would be very curious to see what the monetary value of a single Marvel Snap card is. A single Marvel Snap card, because it's got to be roughly 60% of game, or $60, $80 for a single card. It's ridiculous. And people are like, oh, look, you got to pay money in Hearthstone. You got to pay money in Hearthstone. Bro, you buy a bundle, like 75 bucks. I'm already getting way more content than you have in Marvel Snap. It is ridiculous. Now, fortunately for me, chat, you know what I went to school for? I went to school for computer science and a specialization in mobile computing, where I got to learn about the psychology behind how you make a good mobile game. And Marvel Snap is an S+ psychology card game. It is fantastic. Now, again, above all else, the game is very good. The game is phenomenal. Like the game is great. But as a player, as someone who really likes playing with new stuff, as someone who is excited to play with new content, I can't believe that Marvel Snap is doing it like this, because I've seen so many people in my chat on Twitter leave this game because the cadence of how you get new cards is ridiculous. They do a really good job up to Series 3. After Series 3, it's like, is there even new content for this game? It's crazy to me. It blows my mind. But the biggest problem is if the game wasn't as good as it currently is, and again, I'm going to give them full credit. Marvel Snap is a phenomenal game. It is such a good card game. But if the game wasn't as good as it was, you think any fucking person would play that game with the way that they release cards? Absolutely fucking not. But the game is so good that they get to defend themselves because like, oh, it's like, but the game is so good and like you get cards somewhat frequently. It's ridiculous. The fact that people were calling me free, like you want the game pay to win, just clearly don't see the bigger problem with Marvel Snap. Not even the issue with Marvel Snap is like, if you're someone who plays this game pretty casually and you're not super into like spending money for your game, you probably don't even realize this, right? But I guarantee that there is moments where every single person has opened a cat. Oh, I haven't even mentioned chat. I haven't even mentioned. So if you guys, actually, I don't even have Marvel Snap installed, but I'm about to fucking install it just to show you guys something. Imagine not playing during the mini set and missing on the Hound. Corvo, you are not listening to what I'm saying. Like your comment right there was completely ignorant what I'm saying. Listen, dude, if I miss the mini set, right? And I'm someone who wants to catch back up and I want to play Hearthstone with the new cards and I have the money for it, right? I could go buy the mini set. I could go buy it for $20. But let's say, for instance, well, this game is downloading. I want to go play the newest card in Marvel Snap. I am so excited to play the game for Marvel Snap. There is no way for you currently in the way that they have done this system for you to buy the card if you want to play with it. There is no way for you to spend money directly to get a new card, which is stupid as fuck. Let me show you guys how you get cards in Marvel Snap in case you don't know. Regis, you look great today, by the way. I just want you to know. Everyone say Regis looks good today. Okay, so if you don't know, this is how you get new cards in Marvel Snap. What am I listening? Is by opening these caches, okay? Marvel Snap, each card is correlated to a series. It's in a series, and the lower the series, the easier it is to get these cards. Every single new card is released in Series 5, which I couldn't even tell you the percentage of you getting one of those cards in a collector's reserve. The only way you can get new cards is either if you buy gold to buy caches, which doesn't even guarantee you a new card, or you buy the bundles to get collector tokens, or you open collector tokens in here. Which means, let's say I have taken a break from Marvel Snap for like a month, okay? And they're releasing my favorite new character that I love in Marvel. We'll just, for the reference, we'll just talk. It's like Miss Marvel, for instance, right? And I come back for Marvel Snap because I want to play that new card. There is literally no way for me to get that card unless I spend an absurd amount of cash. But in Hearthstone, if I'm missing the card and I want to play with the new stuff, I buy, like, again, and this is not a free to play argument. This is just to say is that I don't know how you can't just buy content for the game that you want to play, which makes the game fun. You could buy a mini set or you could buy packs. And if you don't get that card, you can craft it. But in Marvel Snap, it's like they completely forgot about the element. Like people want to play with new stuff. It's almost like a real world analogy of this is like, imagine there's a movie you want to see in theaters, right? Imagine there's a brand new movie that you're super excited to see in theaters, but you go to the concession line, you go to buy your ticket, and he says to you, you don't have enough collector's tokens. And you're like, can I pay money for this? And he's just like, nope. But you could go over there and try to open it. You could try to go open your tickets and try to open them in the chest. And maybe you get to see the movie. Maybe you'll see it in a couple months. I don't know. What kind of fucking business model is that? It's like, it's stopping your players from actually enjoying the new content. And it only gets worse the more cards are added into this game. When people are like, Rarran, what are you talking about? You just want Marvel Snap to be pay to win? Bunch of dumbasses. Like, I can't believe that's what I was reading. Anyways, it's past the point. I just think, personally speaking, that Marvel Snap, the way that they are doing their system is horrible. And I have taken a month off the game, and I don't feel like I'll ever come back until there's a legitimate reason for me to come back. In a way of like, hey, dude, you missed like, I don't know, 2 months of Marvel Snap. Here is some collector tokens, not even collector tokens. Here's a way to purchase a card that you may have forgotten. They're fucking bleeding people dry. And I'm not saying the game is bad. I want to make that very clear. I've said this multiple times during this, but like the game is really good. Like the game is phenomenal, right? Like there's a reason why I wanted to hit infinite in it because I really liked it. It was fun. Just becomes standard practice for games to make so you can't buy. No, Riker, listen, you're 100% right? If the company is making that much money, like what I'm saying doesn't it doesn't matter, right? It does not matter. I have like I have a pretty big stamp on at least the Hearthstone scene, right? So it's important to talk about these things just so more people are open up to it, right? Because like I'm lucky, right? In the sense that I actually had like an education telling me like, hey dude, like there's a reason why Marvel Snap does this, and there's a reason why Marvel Snap is so addicting, and why people constantly play it and can play it for hours, because your serotonin levels go ape shit, right? It also feels really good to open a card in a cache, right? Like it feels really good. So even though you go through so much dog shit of opening like your freaking titles, when you open that card, you're like, oh my God, this game is so fucking good, man. But yeah, it's ridiculous. Anyways, that's my rant. I think people who defend Marvel Snap's system is absolutely ridiculous, and I hope more people stand up against it because it's disgusting. And I understand it's a mobile game. I get that. The game is fun. I feel like they encourage more to take a break and come back. Rather, you get a lot by taking a break. How do you get stuff by taking a break? You don't get more collector tokens. Like if you take a break and you're someone who doesn't have time to play the game for like a week, like you lost so much from that. I took a break from Marvel Snap like a month ago, and I basically had no reason to back, did not run the grind again as I did before. Yeah, 100%. Once you break from that cycle, like once you break from the FOMO, you start to realize, like, were you playing Marvel Snap because you really liked it? Or was it you were playing this because you didn't want to miss out on those potential credits, right? That's a really big deal. It's a huge deal. And people don't realize that enough, that like a lot of people probably play this game because, yeah, they sure enjoy it, but they don't want to miss out on these credits. And that's a really big deal. But that's the case for most free-to-play games, right? It's an absurd amount of psychological additions to Marvel Snap compared to a game like Hearthstone.